would your department be willing to bring in the private sector internet providers proactively to discuss broadband build-out and this new broadband exception?
Sure. I think Mike works on our broadband task force. So would you be willing to address that? How that, I think that may be happening in part now. And
yeah, no, we'd be happy to have that conversation. I think what you're getting at is it's better to be at the front end of the conversation than the back end where you're trying to say no, perhaps, to a particular request. So we're happy to have that conversation.
Well, exactly. And I think one of the challenges that we can talk in a vacuum in a room, but without those people who actually are providing that service, building out those networks, both wired and wireless, I really think that they need to be involved in that conversation because we have aspirations and then they have the reality of implementing it. So important to have those conversations, and I appreciate your willingness to bring in the providers and have them have a better understanding of this broadband exception. If I could shift gears, I understand that DCNR recently hired a dedicated staff person to work with our Pennsylvania heritage areas. We have one of those 12 designated Pennsylvania heritage areas in my district with the Susquehanna National Heritage Area. What is your thinking on the role of this person and how it can assist the heritage areas to be even more effective?
Good, thank you for that. And I love the Lower Susquehanna Heritage Area. So it's one of my go-to recreational areas, and they've done phenomenal work down there over the years. And the governor himself was directly involved in the Zimmerman Center. And the staff there have done a phenomenal job of adding assets and telling the story. But Lauren was involved in the hiring and can tell you about the person.
Yeah, so we're really excited to be bringing somebody on board to wake up every day and be worrying about the Heritage Area program and working really closely with the 12 Heritage Area managers. One of the things that we do with each Heritage Area is we fund and help them develop a Heritage Area plan. And then there's a number of projects that need to be implemented, of course, through that planning process. And our new staff person who is actually coming to us from PHMC, we stole him away, will be working closely with those managers on figuring how those projects can be implemented, both through funding from DCNR and also helping to look at other funding opportunities through local funding sources, other state agencies, federal agencies, those kinds of things to really bring the dreams of the locally driven heritage area planning into reality. So again, we've had the program for a really long time. It's been a long. I'm not sure we've ever really had a dedicated person who that was all they did was the heritage areas, and so we're really excited to have that happening. They will also be working with other partnerships like with PHMC or organizations like Preservation Pennsylvania, which is a key component in lead in working with the heritage areas, really trying to strengthen both that economic impact that the heritage areas bring and the improvements to quality of life. So that's the kinds of things that, and also shepherding through our grants and managing the grants that we give to the heritage areas and working hand in hand with them on that grant management piece.
Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.